Every day in the USA, people find themselves in court.
Crystal Steele, please. Crystal Steele. I have two cases. This is an initial appearance day for you, huh?
Yeah, all.
Oh, are they? Oh,
I think on this case, Judge, there's a companion CPS case that's going on. So with who's coaching on CPS?
So we might.
I bet you have CPS case going on too.
This is closed, so.
Oh, okay, so it's closed. If you look at the charge, she had a CPS case that was companion to this, but I think
this, you're charged in these two cases, 24 CR 2367 and 2368 with similar state jail felonies, abandoning or endangering children younger than 15 years of age. It looks like two different children of yours. Are you still at?
Yes, sir.
Where are the children?
They're in daycare and school.
No. Where do they sleep at night?
Oh, where they sleep at night?
Yeah.
In their beds.
Where's that? What's their address? Oh, where you live?
Mhm.
I don't think so.
That's why I was bringing it up. I think what happened, Judge, is that's why I was bringing up the CPS, and she said, remember, she just said that the CPS case was closed.
I don't care.
I believe
I mean, I really don't care about the CPS. I'm worried about these indictments that the grand jury handed up. You're not supposed to have contact with the victims.
I think
That's your children. You got to figure it out.
Well, I think just I'm just trying to help her. To my understanding, CPS returned her kids back.
I don't care what they did. When she's indicted, I have rules that are standard conditions of bond, standard conditions of all cases pending. You shall have no contact with victims. If your children happen to be the victim, you can't have contact. We've got to work that out. Everybody knows that. I don't care what CPS does. Yeah, I care. I hope they do the right thing is what I care about. But their investigation is different from the grand jury. And the grand jury says you committed crimes. You can cry all you all want, but you're going to follow the rules, or else you will go to jail and stay in jail until we can dispose of this case. Now, there's a good reason why this happens, even with children. Because when you don't have this rule, all of a sudden the victims change their stories because they get prodded, they get coerced, they start being felt like they're the guilty ones because they were victimized. And it's not fair to victims, especially when they're children. And don't interrupt while I speak. You have a chance to speak. The rules are clear. He knows it. The DA's office knows it. We all know what the rules are. You can't have contact with the victims. And if they're your children, the grand jury shouldn't have had information that they deemed was appropriate that caused them to bring an indictment against you for harming two children. Even if they're yours, you don't get to harm your children. And then we're going to sashay down the road and play like it didn't happen. We're going to deal with it. And then, but everybody separates, because the worst thing that can happen if something bad happens, kids all of a sudden change their story for no particular reason. Well, we all know influencing is going on. But strangers have come into your life because of this, and the law says this is what must happen until we can dispose of the case so that there's not further problems. Do you understand?
Yes.
You may not like it, but that's the way the law is. And too many people come up here as though the law doesn't matter. It's what we want. No, we have to all follow the rules because they were built for all of us, whether we like it or not. You don't follow the rules, here you are. You're charged. You're looking at up to 2 years in the state jail on each case, 4 years confinement. See, the law says this is serious.
I say, sir,
Go ahead.
I didn't hit my kids. I didn't do nothing.
I'm sorry. This isn't a debate.
Okay.
The grand jury indicted you
Okay.
for certain things, but that's not the time to debate. Do you think I'm going to listen to you and go, okay, I'm going to tear up these indictments now that I've heard your side of the story? No, they had a side that they heard that they felt compelled to bring two indictments, man. And this needs to get followed legally. He's a good lawyer. I'd follow his advice. But here's the deal. I don't want contact with them until until I'm resolved with this. But what happens, we all know what happens. All of a sudden, these stories change because they've been influenced. And it happens every time it's allowed. That's why we don't allow this. People are more worried about getting themselves out of trouble, and they don't care what manipulation occurs. And it's not going to be on my watch. I find out about it. I find out you have any contact with the children, you're going to sit in jail until we get this resolved. And some cases are taking years. So what are you going to do about it?
I'll send them to their parents. I'll send them like, I
Ma'am?
have no other choice.
No, ma'am, you don't, but you need to do that immediately.
Okay.
So where are they going to be? So the state's attorneys know, because they have a vested interest.
I have to send my daughter to her daddy and I'll see if my granny can get my son. Well, I know my granny can get my son.
Okay, that has to get done immediately, okay?
All right.
And I need something from your attorney that assures me that's been done,
Okay.
so that his license is on the line and your freedom is on the line.
All right.
We got to fix this mess. And most of these messes are fixable, but it has to be done in the right way. Do you understand? You didn't tell her about this, Langston, that she couldn't have contact with? Nobody told you?
I don't get in trouble. I ain't never got in trouble.
No, but somebody should have told you.
I bonded out.
That you're not
after
supposed,
kids.
yeah, the bond condition says don't have any contact with
The
victims.
CPS case,
I don't care. The CPS doesn't run me.
I didn't say that, sir.
No, but the CPS has theirs. We have this. The indictments speak right now, and the law follows the indictments. All right. Anything else? Get a resetting. Arius Wilson. Arius Wilson? That's you. This is an initial appearance as well. You were charged with the state jail felony of theft. Well, it just doesn't stop there. It could have probably been a Class C misdemeanor. I don't know, but because you have 2 or more theft convictions, if you steal a pack of gum, it's a felony from the rest of your life. That's why you shouldn't. 8 prior theft convictions? Really? They're all over too. Harris County, Fort Bend County, Jefferson County.
At Spencer's in the mall, Your Honor. She took shirts valuing $624.
8 prior theft convictions out of county and criminal district courts. You don't think we take this seriously? District court convictions. You're not even eligible for probation. So you're looking at up to 2 years in the state jail. What are we going to do?
This also was an initial, Ms. Starr did give me, she already gave me the discovery. I did get an offer. I did get the written. I just want to download the link what y'all call that thing,
Discover.
Yeah, just the link for the video, so I can watch that with her. But and just put it on a announcement, this announcement.
What is her bond?
I don't know. Keep on.
$10,000?
10,000.
That's it? Here's what I'm going to do. I'm not satisfied with this. You're going to get a GPS device so we know where you are all the time. You shall not go to any stores in the mall. Then the GPS will show. I find out you sit in jail. 8 felony and county court of law convictions of theft, and you're coming into Beaumont and stealing stuff from us? I don't think so. Thou shalt not steal. Isn't that written somewhere? No. It's certainly in the law. Is this boring you? I notice you're just looking around. Is this boring you?
It's what?
Is this boring you?
No, I mean,
You look like you're rolling your eyes, I know what it's like. I've lived long enough to know what rolling eyes. You can interrupt me when I speak. When I speak, you stop. Then you get a chance to speak. We learned that when we were children. Don't interrupt others when they have the right to speak. Now, what were you going to say? You're just
I
not.
was finna say something, but
You got a GPS, you need to have that in 24 hours and you stay away from the mall at Parkdale Mall. Do you understand? That's a condition of bond. We'll tell the bondsman of that. You've had far too many theft convictions. Far too many. That is all. Get a reset.
No,